All right, boys and girls, we've got a kind of a cool knife to talk about. The knife is okay, but it's the story that's really cool. This is the brand new, about to release Bestech QuQu QuQu. There's a bunch of extra letters in there. Shouldn't it just be Q and Q, the letters, instead of QQ? Don't get me started on linguistics. QQ is the Chinese word for cricket, from what I understand. And this is designed after the body of a cricket, which is very cool. If you're into insects and bugs, which I'm not. I prefer to be bug free and bugs and insects and creepy crawly things. Not my thing. All right, but anyway, this is the actual part number of this particular one. And you can see here it is the QQ and a couple of details. But yeah, whatever. We'll talk about that. The cool part is Bestech's owner, one of the owners, Solina, has an 8-year-old daughter. And her 8-year-old daughter's name is Gogo. And Gogo designed this knife with refinements done by Ostap Hell. But the original concept and design was by an 8-year-old girl. And I think that in and of itself is pretty cool. But she wanted to create something that was easy for her to carry, for a girl to carry in that 8 to 10-year-old range, and to use for normal, moderate kind of cutting tasks. This is not double-edged. It is a single-edged blade that just happens to have a symmetrical blade like the cricket's head. And the hatching and stuff on the scales is very much like the hatching on the back of the cricket. So I think that in and of itself is very cool. This particular one is in G10. It's brown G10. It comes in multiple colors, multiple color G10, satin blades, black coated blades, aluminum scales, and shortly in the future, Ultim, which is a plastic something. I don't quite get the whole Ultim thing, but I haven't spent much time trying to understand it, so that's okay. And then a really nice milled pocket clip. What is also interesting about this thing is it weighs in at 1.6 ounces. And what else weighs in at 1.6 ounces but the VC Edge interface? It's the Gen 2 version. And yes, you get a bit more at the same weight. And all that's really just, I love the interface. So I wanted to sneak it in because it's the same weight as this QQ. All right, there you go. Enough of that. So a couple of specs on this thing. It weighs in at 1.6 ounces, as I mentioned. It's 3¼ inches closed and 5.5 overall. Runs on ceramic bearings that kind of need to break in a little bit. This is brand new. I've had it for a few days, and I have played with it a little bit. This is one of my least favorite deployment methods. I don't love button locks to begin with, but when that is your only method, there's no flipper tab, there's no thumb stud, there's no thumb hole, there's no fuller to grab, nothing. It's just not really my thing, okay? But this does fit in your hand fairly well. This could be it's almost maybe a little big for a 5th pocket. That little coin pocket in men's jeans might be a little bit tall for that, but it might fit. It might stick out a little bit. I don't know. This could be a last ditch impaling type of weapon, tool, if you will. I don't know. So your blade length, though, is 2.2 inches with a 2.08 cutting edge. 14C28N. Overall thickness is 0.456, and it runs on ceramic bearings. It comes out of the box pretty sharp. It works pretty good. It's just kind of a satisfying sound. Ah. All right, you get the idea. I don't do a lot of paper cutting, but some people have mentioned that I should. So, there you go. So you have the Bestech logo here in the pivot. Nicely finished blade. Got some fingerprints on it now and some paper dust. The G10 is finished really well. Pretty simple knife. T6 or T8? Probably a 6 it looks like. And what's super cool is typically where you would have she's the designer. Go. Nowhere on here does Ostap have his information. So really, all of the design credit, if you will, is going to this 8-year-old girl, which I think is fantastic. Okay? I couldn't design this. I am not a designer. I mean, I've designed things at work on a computer. Like that's different. One of my titles at some point has been senior designer, but that's totally different. That's a whole different topic. We're not getting into what I do at my day job. But yes, designing, that's different. But I couldn't design a knife. Even with help, I couldn't design a knife. So I'm really kind of in awe of an 8-year-old girl coming up with this idea, working with mom and dad to get a top designer to help refine it, go into production, and here it is. I think that's really super cool. I would be honored to have my name on something like this out in the world like that. That just blows me away. So, yeah. So if you are interested, this video is going up on January 11th of 2024, and I'm going to give you a couple of size comparisons, even though I think you get the idea. It's small. These go up for sale. I believe I was told from the 11th to the 13th that they were going to be available. Like not only for those 2 days, but like they asked me to release this video on between the 11th and the 13th. When I just looked on their website, it looks like this goes for sale on January 12th of 2024. It's $59 is the kind of not pre-order, but initial sales cost. I think they're going to run $70. This is the Spyderco Delica. $70 might be a little high for this. $59, I don't know. I'm not here to get into the pricing. I'm just here to relay the information. So Tressa over at Bestech, she is my contact over there. She has been fantastic to work with, and I've worked with them for, I don't know, probably at least all of 2023 and part of 2020, a couple of years. So it's always been great. She's been super helpful, sent me stuff, and I greatly appreciate it. So let me know what you think. Could your 8-year-old do that? I think back to when my kids were 8, and I don't think either of them could have come up with something like this. That's just me. Anyway, go. Thank you for coming up with this design. Tressa, thank you for sending it over. And for all of you good folks, thanks for watching.